Morning YouTube, this is Zerkin from HDD Recovery Services. Today I will be showing you the process that I use for extracting data directly from phone's memory. So this only goes for Android phones for now. But as you guys may know, on Android phones, memory is expandable, so sometimes you may have something stored on a micro SD card, sometimes you may have something stored inside of the phone directly. It's fairly frequent where we get requests to recover data from the phone that was not saved on a micro SD card, but it was inside of the phone itself. And either the phone got wet and fried, either the phone got physically damaged, whether you dropped it, the car ran over it, or your dog chewed it up, what have you. I mean, bottom line is, as long as the memory component is good, we're able to get data from it. And that's exactly what I'm here to demonstrate today. If you guys are interested in getting your data recovered from Android phone, you can find our information in the description box. But in next 5-10 minutes or so, I'll demonstrate the entire process. The tools I'm going to be using today is my desoldering station. Because the memory component that has all of the information has to be removed from the board. Then we have to clean it up a little bit because the problem with phones and their memory chips is usually that they come with this thing called underfill, and the underfill has to be completely removed. On some phones, this underfill is similar to like silicone-based compound. On some of them it's as hard as epoxy, so sometimes cleaning process can take a little while depending on what was used for underfill. Once the underfill goes away, the adapter communicates with the chip. Software that we're going to use is able to actually browse the structure of the memory chip and make it happen fairly easily. So stay tuned, check out the process. If you guys like it, let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. So here's what we end up with. One prepared memory component. This memory component is going to be placed into an adapter. And then this adapter gets plugged into another adapter. This is just a regular card reader. And the card reader, while the Resolute is attached, has to be connected to the USB port. The chip is in the reader, in a socket I should say. The adapter goes into the computer. This is hooked up as well, so the software can run. And now we just need to open up Visual Nand Reconstructor. All we had to do really is just select the card reader to be the source of the eMMC, which is actually right here. So we've selected that as a multiple flash reader, which is that green card that I've attached the adapter to. And this is what our eMMC map looks like right now, because we haven't really imaged anything off of it. So what I'm gonna do in here is I'm gonna go into the next step and select file system viewer. This will take a little while because it has to analyze certain parts of the drive. It has to image certain parts of the drive for the file structure to come up. So every entry that is inside of the file system on this Android phone has to be imaged and recreated, because we're only using the copy. So in order for the copy to demonstrate what's on the actual device, it has to get that information from the device first. So this is going to be put on fast forward for you guys, and I'll get back to it as soon as the structure becomes visible. So once we see the structure, we can go on the left hand side here and simply explore what is inside of the entire memory component. So I'm just going to scroll over to the left, GTP, and we see a bunch of volumes here. So we're going to pick the biggest one based on its size, and it's going to be this last one, volume 7. If we explore it, all of the media and accumulated data on the phone would be stored in the folder called media. If we navigate to that, the rest of the stuff comes as kind of like part of Android operating system, but inside of the media folder we got a bunch of stuff that that been taking on using the camera, emails, downloads, everything pretty much that you can see, guys, here that we're just browsing through the pictures, and there's quite a few of them. So in order for us to go ahead and start saving them, we need to image that section first, because we're working with a copy only, and if we try to save them right now without imaging, we're just going to end up with files without any content on the inside, so they're obviously not going to work. So we need to image them first before we can get into that. But this button here, Android Data Extractor, allows us to communicate with the contacts in the phone, as well as the messages. Messages include both types of messages, SMS and MMS messages, which is really convenient, and I'll show you that in a second. So if we click on the contact list of this client, you can see all of the contents are here. They can be simply selected and exported in Excel format for further recreation. And if we look at the messages, this is really neat because it indicates a bunch of things that could be really useful for all types of stuff. So we can see what type of message it is, SMS or MMS, when it was sent, to who it was sent, who received it, and obviously the content of the message itself is also present, which is huge. This can be done pretty much for I would say probably about 95% of Android phones that are on the market right now. There's still some phones that use components that don't have adapters, but there's still most likely a way to communicate with them just by hardwiring them, and it's just a bit more labor intense as opposed to the ones that do have adapters. So if you need this done, again, description box, our contact information is in there. If you have any questions, feel free to post in the comments below. I appreciate you guys taking time of your day to watch this episode, for subscribing, liking. If you're interested in the subject of data recovery, this is what this channel is all about. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.